You can see that this painting, The Canadian Soul, is inspired by Henri Rousseau's The Sleeping Gypsy. I've incorporated elements that reflect the Canadian spirit of connection with our own land. Instead of a gypsy, I have a young woman sleeping in a mummy cocoon sleeping bag. The mandolin is replaced by a guitar, the vase by a wineskin, and of course the lion is replaced by the polar bear. Rousseau was known, often criticized, for his flat and unsophisticated style, but for me it was quite a challenge to paint that way. Normally, of course, a painting is more detailed as the perspective appears to get closer to the viewer, and we in North America read left to right. I want to challenge the viewer's expectations with this painting by turning all of that on its head. Made a conscious decision to have the painting transform from flat and simple to complex and detailed as it moves right to left, and from closer to further away. In the lower right corner, the wineskin is flat and almost lifeless, even though it contains wine. I chose the wineskin not only because it is ubiquitous, but because it clearly invokes alcohol and all of the life and movement that alcohol usually portrays. In art, where there is alcohol, there are usually drunken people cavorting, often naked and rather full of life. To mimic the dimensionality of Rousseau's work, I had painted it with a sleeping woman and a quiet guitar, no movement, no cavorting. If the wine in the wineskin will bring anything to this woman, it is a quietness and openness to the world around her. Beside that is a guitar, again purposefully painted flat and silent. The guitar is a symbol of past and future joy, of sitting near a blazing fire on a rocky beach, strumming or singing a song, opening yourself up to the universe in song, finding joy in music. It's the expression of the young self and the wise self, of nursery rhymes and sorrowful blues of the world. The guitar is the journey of a lifetime. It took some serious effort to angle the sleeping woman just so, to maintain Rousseau's original composition of the four primary elements. She sleeps on the edge of the rocky beach, in a place where water and land meet. Unlike Rousseau's painted-on smile, I gave my figure the mask of sleep, with a drawn-down mouth and unglamorous eyes. She is sinking into her dreams, sleeping deeply in her bright red cocoon. And it is meant to represent a cocoon, a symbol of transformation after a mystical sleep in the Canadian wilderness, a sleep full of dreams and starlight. The figure is becoming a little more dimensional as we move further up and to the left of the painting, further away from the viewer's point of view. The polar bear stands in for Rousseau's lion, representing a harmony with wild nature. The polar bear is also my personal animal totem, a caring spirit guide, and she's shown here smiling down on the sleeper like a doting mother. If you look at the fur, there is fluidity and detail. Through the elements of wineskin, guitar, sleeper, and bear, you can see that we are experiencing a transformation not only through a visual perspective, but through a spiritual one. The bear is closer to the water than is the sleeper, closer to the detail of the universe beyond. Water is a metaphor for the bridge between the physical and the metaphysical, and the bear, the spirit guide, is there to assist with the rest of the journey across the water into another world. Up and to the left, you begin to see greater detail and perspective, particularly in the sky. You can see the stars with varying degrees of brightness, and a sky full of movement and detail, and this, the water, the icebergs, the mountain, and the sky, are the destination. In some mythologies, crossing a river will take you from life to the afterlife. In the Canadian Soul, crossing the river will take you from flat life to the depths of the universe, a new kind of afterlife. Here you can play among the stars and get lost in the galaxies, and become illuminated by the wisdom of the ancient moon. It is the subordination of the expected for a life of the unimagined.